This is the Boogeyman Show. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and put your notification bell. This is the Boogeyman Show. Rahim Boogie Soul is a link. When you go Rahim Boogie Soul, you see my video. And subscribe. Please subscribe. I need 1,000 subscribers so that I can broadcast live on YouTube. So this is the Boogeyman Show. So the video I'm about to show you is telling you how many of the Igbos origin have forgotten nnadi kanu. They forgot nnadi kanu because he is in prison. He can no longer act the way he used to act before. But what they did not know that the guy refused to sell out. If you want to sell out like Wazurike, he would have long sold out. Even as well as later part of Ojukwu life during Obasanjo regime, when SSS invite Ojukwu to come to SSS office. They bring the flying ticket and Ojukwu ask them for the returning ticket. They say no, they don't have that with them. So Ojukwu knew that if he go there, he will not return. So he decided to stay away. So that hurted Obasanjo so much as the president of Nigeria that during his regime, is a unit from his own government, security unit, invite Ojukwu, Odumegwu Ojukwu, and refuse to answer. So, and if they wanted to use force at that time, that would bring another civil war. So Obasanjo used brain, cunning brain, and called Ojukwu, what do you want? Tell me, I will do everything. Right from when Ojukwu left Nigeria army till his death, Obasanjo make everything pay back to him, all his money, retirement and everything pay back to him. Then Ojukwu have to drop the agitation of Biafra because he was like engineering Wazurike. Wazurike on his own told us that Ojukwu give him the order to broadcast from Biafra network or Biafra radio Biafra, of which he later handed over to nnadi kanu when he himself sold out. Maybe the reason why he sold out, that he saw that his master have already given in with the tools and everything that Obasanjo using champion Odumegwu Ojukwu during Obasanjo's second term regime. Ojukwu said there will be no need to fight a second war. Then he gave up. Wazurike as well followed because he would not do better than his master. Then here came nnadi kanu who did not want to touch that line. He wouldn't want to visit the line Ojukwu and Wazurike taught. That is the reason why he still stay firm and consistent concerning this the struggle for Biafra. So I wouldn't want to mention anything that will also bring damages to nnadi kanu because during election when Obi was second to Atiku Abubakar, where nnadi kanu was in a high height at that time, he also proclaimed there would be no election in Biafra land. With the help of Obi, the Igbos, and Abubakar Atiku, who promised them a lot. According to Wazurike, I'm not the one who said it. He said he was called and told by one of nnadi kanu board that yes, Abubakar Atiku is going to settle in and there will be election in Biafra land. But that doesn't mean he has sold out. He didn't forget the struggle for Biafra, although he allowed them to participate in the election, of which held at that time when Obi were vice to Atiku Abubakar, if I'm not mistaken. So what I'm trying to say here that you will listen to the horse's man because this man have really tried a lot. If you wanted to sow that maybe during this Maradona regime, this Bola Tunubu Maradona regime, he would have been able to show that why I call Tunubu Maradona. All the election they contested in Nigeria, all of them go to Beavers. Only presidential election, what happened? So Tunubu is so Maradona that he have to, even when Buhari was not even supporting, he dribble Buhari. All the Buhari cabinet were not supporting, he dribble all of them and dribble his opponents, which is them Abubakar Atiku and Obi. He dribble all of them and became number one. So to be Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban, it is not easy because that man is a great dribbler. He would have been able to, he have used everything, throw everything at Nnadi Kanu resist it and refuse to fall into the temptation. You understand? What I would advise Tinubu to do, he will want Nnadi Kanu, he will have to talk to Nnadi Kanu one-on-one and let him know that he will not need violence during his regime. If you are agitating for Biafra, you can agitate as long as you want, but say you want to participate in violence or you want to bring violence to the people of the eastern region or to Nigeria as large, that will not be allowed. They allow him to go because there's no way Nnadi Kanu will sign a paper of dialogue or say let him forget everything about Biafra. He will never forget. As I am looking at this man, because let me say, okay, let's hear from the horse's man. You will see what I'm trying to talk about. Somebody is here to buttress my point. Thank you. This is the Boogeyman Show.
One of the books I read that exposed me to the sabotage and treachery of men was A Man of the People, written by Chinua Achebe. If you have read this book, you will appreciate the strength of character of our very own Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The truth is, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to play the game of the government, he would have been free by now. And playing the game of the government is betraying all of you who have hope in him. In this book, Achebe presented a man who championed the plight of his people and confronted the powers that be. One day he got arrested and imprisoned. Right inside the prison he sold out and started working for the government against his own followers. He was the brain behind the killing of most of his followers. The irony of it all was that his group kept fighting in honor of him, not knowing the very person they were fighting against happened to be their own very leader. Here the government dribbled them all. Achebe was a man who saw tomorrow Achebe's works exposed both the Europeans and the dubious African leaders. Achebe's works show he understood the game of today. It can be said he lived beyond his time. Today, many Igbo politicians, including governors and senators, don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be freed. Most of them lobbied for him to remain in prison. They want him to remain in prison because he refused to join them in keeping you down. He refused to sell you out. He refused to take his own share of the oil money and destroy your only hope for freedom. He is there so that you will be free. He is there so that you will have dignity as a human being. While you bed your wife, this man is in detention being tortured just because he said enough of the marginalization of his people. You talk to your sons and daughters, but here is a man who has not in 3 years seen his son. He did these not because of himself, but for us. If he wants to sell out, the dubious leaders you have are ready to pay him billions, but he said no simply because of the love he has for you all. What does he expect from you? Just your dedication and support. Before his ordeals, he said he won't disappoint us, but we will disappoint him. Ask yourself, have you disappointed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? If you have left the structure he built and natured, you have disappointed your master. Go back home and make peace now, Ella Chukwu.